Grateful for the presence of my brother priest here, Father Pat, Father Steve Ryan, and Father Mark. Father Pat and Father Mark were on the retreat that we were all just on. Father Pat was our chaplain, and Father Steve is instrumental in bringing Acts to the West Bank. So I'm very grateful for their presence here and for all that they did to help make this retreat happen, as well as all the leadership of the retreat. Hard to put in words, and I can't really put it into words for those who know what exactly these past few days was like. Prior to this retreat, I had been just caught in a kind of a cycle of waiting for the next disappointment. Just waiting for the next disappointment that life had to bring. If you've ever been in a place like that, there can be a particular darkness to what that might look like for you, what might take place in your mind and your heart as you're waiting for the next disappointment, when you encounter that next disappointment. The Lord has a way of making a way when we see that there is none. When all signs are pointing to that there is no way out of the darkness that we're experiencing. There's no possible way that there's not one more disappointment waiting just ahead of us. 2 weeks ago, the Friday before my 40th birthday, which was last Friday, April 24th, I was finishing up 5 days of ongoing formation for spiritual direction to become a better spiritual director. And the theme of that whole 5 days was resistance, right? Resistance in the spiritual life, which was something I was experiencing pretty intensely during those 5 days and leading up to those 5 days. Just really struggling to allow the Lord into what I was experiencing, when He's shown me time and time again that is the answer. That is the answer, to let Him in, to let Him in. But that can be really difficult. At the end of those 5 days, the gospel for Mass that day was John chapter 6, the beginning of John chapter 6. And for my St. Andrew parishioners that are here, and those of you who are visiting, the beginning of John chapter 6 is one of the accounts of Jesus multiplying the loaves and the fish for thousands of people. And it's in John 6 where St. Andrew points to a little boy that has loaves and fish, 5 loaves and 2 fish. And he says to Jesus, this is what we have. There's a little boy here with this, 5 loaves and 2 fish. But what good is this for so many? Jesus takes what Andrew brings to him, and a miracle takes place beyond what Andrew could have ever imagined. Having that gospel read as I was leaving those 5 days on my way back to the parish was just a reminder. It was a reminder to the Lord, don't give up. Don't give up hope. Keep giving me the little you have to give. Keep giving me the little you have to give. And there's other things that are present in that gospel. Don't be afraid to point out the obvious to Jesus. Don't be afraid to ask Him what might end up being a stupid question later in life when you reflect back on it. Always give Him the little you have to give. And for me, it was an invitation, a reminder of why. Why give Him the little I have to give? And it's the same invitation for each of us. The same invitation. Give Him the little you have to give. The only reason you're going to want to do that is if you encountered Him. If you have encountered Him. He is a miracle worker. He is so good. He is so good. I know in my own life, I've struggled to do that over and over. For those who don't know, there was a period in my life where I did not practice our faith. And I spent about 9 years away from the Lord, went to Mass maybe twice a year. And it was in those 9 years doing whatever I wanted with my life that, the darkness grew in my own life and eventually had to be woken up by the Lord in kind of a dramatic fashion in my own life. And that got me to come back to Him. It got me to go back to confession, say all the things I did not want to say, didn't think I could say to a priest. And the Lord received me and gave me His mercy through that priest who I don't even know. Not long after that, I went on a retreat. This is the first retreat that I went on since graduating high school. And that retreat ended 12 years ago yesterday. If you would have told me then, through what I had experienced on that retreat, that I would be tempted to give up hope one day, you could not have convinced me of that. 12 years later, I was tempted to give up hope in various ways. And the Lord, through this Acts retreat, showed a way to Him who is the way, the truth, the life. The only way to the Father is through Jesus. And you and I have the incredible gift on this side of Pentecost, on that great day of the outpouring of His Holy Spirit, the love that binds the Father and the Son. You and I have the great gift of having access to the love of God every single day, every single moment. He is calling you just as He was calling me out of the darkness into His marvelous light. Marvelous light. You have no idea what He can do with the little you have to give Him. And when He turns the lights on, you see all the ways that He was calling to you the entire time in the darkness to simply open to receive His love, to surrender to His love. If you've never thought about that, if you don't understand what that means, I don't fully understand what that means. It means asking the Lord to help you to encounter Him, help you to continue to desire to encounter Him, to never give up hope. There is a place being prepared for us in our Father's house. No darkness we experience in this life changes that fact. I hope you have heard Him call you by name. And if you've never heard it, right now, He's calling you. Say yes. Say, I am here, Lord. Show me the way to you.